Anxiety will speak first, but it shouldn't speak last. Why? Because it's a bad leader. What's going on, my curious and intellectual people? Welcome back to Intrigue and Insights, where deep conversations meet everyday life, looking beyond the obvious to uncover meaning, challenge assumption, and find wisdom in places most people overlook. Last episode, we opened up this section, Becoming on Purpose, with the topic Want real success? Focus on formation, not speed. And in that episode, we tackle becoming is better than arriving, where we shifted from destination thinking to formation thinking in order that we can focus on what and how it's shaping us more than where we're getting at the end. But today, we're going to take it a step further with the topic Stop letting anxiety define you. Live from your true identity. Anxiety can hijack everyday life that feels invisible to other people, but exhausting to the person that's living it. Imagine you wake up already feeling off. Before your feet hits the floor, your chest feels tight. Not painful, just heavy, like you can't get a full breath. Your stomach feels uneasy, almost like you drank too much coffee. Your jaw is clenched and you don't even realize it. And your heart is beating a little faster than normal, even when nothing is dangerous is happening. You check your phone and immediately you start wondering, did I say something wrong in that message yesterday? I have too much to do. Where do I start? Why do I feel like this? Something must be wrong. Instead of one thought passing through, anxiety loops. It doesn't just present one concern, it interrogates possibilities. Your mind scans for threats, replays past mistakes, and rehearses future problems. But what if anxiety is just a chapter and not the whole book? When fear leads your world, it gets smaller. Fear driven decisions don't just affect outcomes, they shrink identity and capacity. Why? Because anxiety is a terrible leader. When you allow fear, worry, and insecurity dictate decisions and actions, leads to poor, actionary, and damaging leadership. When anxiety leads, it drives leaders to focus on self protection rather than organizational goals, creating a toxic, unstable environment for their teams. Anxiety creates hesitation, hypervigilance, and overanalysis, which is why it's a bad leader. It makes bad decisions based on fear of what might happen rather than on truth of what is happening. But a good leader creates clarity, direction, and grounded actions. Now, anxiety can be useful as an alarm system. It can alert you to risk, pressure, and unresolved tension. But when anxiety takes the leadership role, it stops informing you and it starts controlling you. But you can acknowledge anxiety without handing it authority. Peace doesn't come from control, it comes from clarity of who you are. Now, you don't eliminate anxiety, but you outgrow its authority. By aligning your core values with your self image, with behaviors to ensure consistent, authentic, and purposeful actions rather than reaction to external pressure. Because who you believe you are determines how you move through life, especially under pressure. When your identity is clear, decisions are steadier because they come from an internal foundation rather than temporary emotions, fear, and outside approval. This doesn't mean you no longer feel fear. It means that fear is no longer your decision maker. A strong identity creates consistent behavior because you stop asking what I am feeling right now and you start asking what aligns with who I am becoming. And this is what I would recommend. And this is what I would consider identity anchors your actions. Now, your emotions can inform you, but they shouldn't define you. So shift from reacting to anxiety to responding from identity. Responding from identity means making decisions, speaking, and acting from who you know yourself to be, rather than reacting from fear, pressure, emotion, insecurity, or circumstances. It's responding from the truth over the lies, deceptions, and preconceived thoughts that others have projected onto you. So, you must decide from truth. This means making choices based on objective facts, evidence, and deeply held personal values, rather than popularity, emotions, and convenience. This involves aligning decisions and your conscience, standing by your convictions, regardless of the pressure or popular opinion. So, first of all, you just have to accept life for what it is. And having convictions gives you the ability to stand firm. But without aligning your decisions with reality, you will continue to steer away from who you are. It's like having a good set of tires on a car with a bad alignment. Eventually, that alignment will wear those tires out until they're bad as well. But when you know who you are, decisions gets clearer and peace clarifies direction. If you got anything out of this today, if you feel that it has helped you to overcome the fear, the worry, the insecurities, the outside pressure causing you to steer away from your identity, follow me. Hit the subscribe button and share with others that you think that would benefit from this. Remember, clarity doesn't come from easy answers, but from the courage to ask the hard ones. So stay curious, stay open, and keep looking deeper. Peace.